Hello. So for the final session of today, I will go quickly, because of short of time, quickly through what actually LRC can offer to you. And I would like to start with a really short video, really short.
Mr. Clark works in one of the dispute resolution bodies in your country. Every day, he and his colleagues in other public services like judicial bodies, social insurance agencies, chambers of commerce, or similar, ensure smooth and easy processing of hundreds of requests sent by citizens, businesses, and governments across Europe. Many of these requests need to be translated, as Mr. Clark and his colleagues do not master all languages used by the requesting parties. The automated translation, however, isn't always appropriate. This does not only cost Mr. Clark a lot of time, but can also lead to requests staying unanswered, which is really frustrating. Luckily, CEF e-translation is there to help. So, how does it work? E-translation learns how to translate from the texts you feed it with. By submitting your existing language resources, CEF e-translation will learn to translate in your area too, making life easier for you and for Mr. Clark. If you are interested in participating, or if you have any questions, please contact us at the European Language Resource Coordination. We look forward to hearing from you.
So basically what we are doing here in LRC is to helping Mr. Clark to live a satisfied life and without a lot of stress. And as was mentioned already, to train e-translation systems, what is needed is valuable data and in-domain data. And when I speak about data, I actually mean any kind of written text in any kind of format. And to be more precise, it's actually anything. Reports, news, any kind of communication that does not include any confidential information, web contact policies, technologies, and all that is useful. LRC started in 2015 on April, and we reached first large milestone on 2017 by collecting 225 resources, out of which actually 91 resources is freely available for any kind of research purpose or for any kind of doing things or training your own systems. And currently we are, at this stage, we are already collected more than 305 resources, and I would like to note that out of 305, currently 132 belongs to Nordic region, and that include Finland as well. Currently from Finland we receive in this update version 8 resources that in totally is 200 translation units. But this is just a current state. The 200 translation units and 8 resources is resources that are already processed with a clear IPR and without any constraints about anonymization. And to see actually what has been reached so far, you can easily go to LRC share repository and browse through different kind of resources. And here's an example. I added resources for Finnish language, and you can see that it's under different kind of licenses and conditions for use. And that's one of the things that LRC is helping to potential data contributors, is to solve any kind of obstacles that prevent from contributing resources. And basically, if you encounter any kind of legal, technical issues, LRC is here to help. We offer some set of services, such as data connotation. So basically, if it's in wrong format, it's just PDFs, we can transfer it to a usable format. We can do aligning, tag removal. We can do evaluation of your existing repositories or archives and see whether there is a good and useful data. Definitely cleaning of data as if the data is in PDF format, it would need to be extracted, aligned, cleaned, processed, and metadata validation must be done. That includes checking what kind of IPR or license is assigned to this document, and if the document is not with license terms, help to define which of the license would be best. And definitely one of the biggest challenge and that I hear today as well is this anonymization question, and we can help by actually defining and analyzing the nature of data and see what annotation tasks need to be done and whether it is possible to do. And the good thing is that all the services we can provide to you on your site, to your team, our experts can go to you and it will be free of charge. So only cost that it takes it's data that we would like to receive back. This on-site assistant means that our team members, based on your requirements, based on your problem or challenge, will nominate best experts from our wide network of national anchor points who could best treat your problem and find the best solution. And how to do that, how to request service, actually it's quite easy. You can call to LRC help desk and state your problem, challenge, and if person that will be working on a help desk can already provide solution, that will be done. If not, there is possibility to simply fill in online form by adding your institution, in general describing what are the problems and requesting on-site assistance. I would like to mention the few examples that were taken recently. So most latest one is on-site assistance in Sweden, where, as Simon, where they had an issue to how to handle PDFs and extract parallel corpora out of it and how to manage that. And the solution was our team member from Tilde went to Sweden for 1 day, focused workshop, and they discussed all issues that are related to data, went through step by step this process of how to handle PDFs and what steps must be taken. Second example is from Spain. They actually had a similar issue that they have a really large archives, and archives are only in PDFs. So basically, what was done, we looked for exact expert in Spanish language out of network of national anchor points, and this person helped to solve this to help them introduce workflow, how to work with PDFs and how to extract from database and how to locate needed documents in their database. Similar case was in Germany when they actually had a problem with anonymization and with the data that was in database was junk, so to say, and they requested the cleaning. So that was offered by LRC consortium, and we went there and specialist took a look on data and validated them. And actually, what is happening with data? Basically, when you have identified your data, if you know that data can be easily contributed and you don't have any worries about that, so it simply could be two ways. One is by uploading to LRC Share or delivering directly to somebody from national anchor points. If the data need some kind of processing, and in 80% of cases that's true, and then LRC consortium do all processing tasks for you, and processed data then is treated into LRC shared database and returned back to you, and data is already cleaned, aligned, correct license terms, and there is no obstacles to share. And in case if there are some obstacles, you see that the data could not be shared, there's a different kind of possibilities to share with LRC exactly, for example, only for exclusive use by e-translation, and that nobody else can use it afterwards. And just to summarize some case studies that took recently with good examples how LRC activities are done and how it works. One of the really good examples is from Norway. One of the largest commercial translation company offered their translation memories to National Library of Norway under certain conditions, that they need to be cleaned, that for some of the TMX personal data need to be extracted and anonymized, and in total they submitted huge amount of data that is from 2011, and altogether consists of 1.5 million translation units. Then good example that you heard about today is Hugo, Latvian project for developing machine translation for public services. The data that has been created during this project was delivered again back to e-translation, and now ongoing process is to see how to align both platforms, how to use Hugo.lv and e-translation to combine empty engines to provide best services. And the project that I'm really proud of is integrating e-translation into Presidency's toolkit by providing mixture of e-translation technologies that is trained on data contributed by different public service institutions, and combining specific machine translation engines altogether, so it's possible to provide different kind of scenarios for usage, for example, through website, direct translation snippets, desktop applications for translating larger documents and preserving formatting, mobile applications for easy use, and as well as plugin for widely used translation tools. And the benefits that what we see that were gained through this project is that it made available for Presidency staff workers to do translations more easily and quickly when they needed. They didn't need to wait any kind of service or deliver somebody who will translate and give it back to them, so they could do that rather quickly. For journalists and other interested parties, it was possibility to look onto local websites, local news portals, and to see what kind of information is provided there, how this Presidency event is described there, and what kind of articles are there. And it was tested starting in Latvia Presidency, but then it was transferred, all this knowledge and toolkit was transferred to Estonia Presidency. After that, the knowledge that we get out of that and experience was transferred to Bulgaria, and now it's in Austria. And in September, we submitted one of the projects hoping that it will be confirmed, and might be that during Finland Presidency there will be possibility to use this toolkit and integrate it in Finland Presidency website, and everyone could benefit from that. 1 minute more?
1 minute, then.
Okay, I tried to be rather quick, so actually I'm done. But what I would like to emphasize is that e-translation, LRC services, that's for you actually to help you overcome any obstacles on data processing and identification. And the big value is that from one side you deliver data to e-translation to improve machine translation for Europe, but from the other side you receive back the data. You receive back the clean data. And I think that's a good good win-win situation.
Sounds good, doesn't it? For free. So
Yeah, only cost is the data.
yeah, you don't know where to reach these guys. But do you have any specific questions for him now before we have to leave to the next room?